Hey kitten, it's the ill kitten here today. Still not feeling in 100% health. And let me just double check something. No, I'm not in the LAN format of the world, which is good because that tends to be a little bit laggier. And I just wanted to post an update on the things I have been working on in Casey's world. So at the moment, this is the limit of where I've reached. And you can see I'm sort of starting to do an ocean update with lots of coral. And it was funny because recently Casey sort of said, "Oh well, you can't put coral there. It wouldn't make any sense." And I'm like, I'm not going for total realism here. I'm sort of just going for what looks pretty. So I'm not going with, although I'm sort of going with medieval-ish style. I'm still not going for like I don't think they'd make anything, super fancy and elaborate like all of this. So it's using sort of medieval materials, but using creative inspiration. You can see I've sort of used the campfire to make this little bridge here. I'm not quite sure if I like it or not, but you can see I've done bits and pieces around the edge, but I'm mainly going to show off this little bit, the graveyard and the inside. And I'm going to, you have to bear with me about my throat because I'm slightly unwell still and my throat is sore, so it is as it is. As you can see, I've sort of tried to start to customize the trees, and when I've seen trees built in the past, and if I have, let's use my favorite color wool. No, not concrete powder wool. It's that the leaves are sort of in this well, if you sort of see this rough pattern, it's like an upside down U but flattened out. And I appreciate that trees in real life might not be that sort of shape, but it makes it more interesting to me than just the sort of blob shape that trees probably are. Sort of like this one that's not finished. It's sort of blobby shaped at the minute, and that to me does not look as nice. It might be more realistic, but it doesn't look as nice. So yeah, I've mixed some sort of grey blocks in here and aside the dead coral, I think dead brain coral. And when I was going around Casey's world, I was trying to mainly keep what he had the same. So like the basic shape is the same, but with little differences and like an unsubtle T for Tyken. And you can see here I've sort of, I'm sure like this has been seen on YouTube, but you've got the birch planks, the sandstone. I should have actually put some, I've got the sand, but I should have put bits of sandstone just to make it blend better. And you've got the wet farmland to make it sort of like have a muddy appearance. And you can see I've sort of altered this slightly because I think Casey's windows went down to here and I didn't quite like how that looked. So I just did the spruce log instead. So I'm trying not to make this video too long, only since I think, well, I don't know how long my voice is going to last. And you can see I've altered the graveyard, so it's fundamentally the same. It's got this here, but I thought let's make a giant wall, add some graves and soul stand because it's all sort of dirty. Had a rough idea what I was going to do with that wall. Other parts like this, I just sort of winged it, which is, well, I don't like I usually use slang. Basically it just means I improvised and it came out like this, and I was quite happy. Haven't done anything on the inside apart from repaired that and added some different blocks to here. Casey's thing is has all like fanciful stuff with redstone, but to be honest, I don't even enjoy doing redstone. So it might be that on my one, ignore that. It might be on my one that's going to get that's going to go. I was just doing it because when I imported the world, it doesn't let you have cheats on unless you open a LAN world. So I was sort of sleeping in the bed in the meantime. But yeah, you can see it's got like all sort of dark wood trees in this sort of biome, not biome, graveyard, and I was sort of doing this to simulate just different colours for different types of dirt. I can show you a little bit round here, but it doesn't go much more extensive than that. And a little bit of like hanging lanterns in here, but I haven't really done much to this area at the moment. And this is sort of planned to be like the water will flow down there and go into there. I'm not quite sure why it's going out at the minute. Same for here, I'm planning to make like a little pool at the bottom. And that's mostly all the outside done. And there are slight changes. Oh yes, this tree is sort of coming out the side of the mountain, which I sort of like. And I thought I thought not to just keep using the oak leaves, because if I use that on every tree, it'd be boring. I did end up deciding to use the spruce slabs to simulate some of the branches, so I gave in a little bit on that. But this is the next bit, and as you can see, there's quite a few changes. I've been sort of making the spruce stairs go along the edge to give it a sort of border. There was slabs here originally, which I got rid of. Unfortunately, that had the side effect that Casey had sort of set something up here. So I can't remember 100% what block. It was one here, and it had something under that I think was the thing that opened the fireplace. But to be honest, I go for looks over anything to do with redstone. So this is what I've come up with. You've got some potted plants. You've got some shells with the spruce trapdoors. I completely improvised. I'm not sure if I'll move that table down, because now the floor is not slabs. Those chairs look quite high. So I might possibly move this table down. But you can see, not sure why that's there. You can see I just sort of improvised on this. I knew roughly I wanted it to have a stone brick slab outline and cobble inside, but the actual design, I went with it and made it up on the spot. Same for the fireplace itself, which is pretty much the same, but I added some stairs at the side, and because this initially was stone, I thought I'll actually make it look like it's goes in a bit and add some, not some slabs, some brick. And at the moment I put a new back in, because originally these had the paint in. I've replaced it with the birch trapdoor for now, and I thought that haven't done anything with this apart from put some stripped spruce wood as a floor. But I was happy with how the kitchen was going. I've changed quite a bit. It's still, again, the same layout. And originally I was going to go for the checkerboard floor or the stone-based floor. And I can't remember what Casey had. I think it was the birch planks. So I thought, what other wood do we have and stuff that looks sort of creamy coloured? And you have the stripped birch wood. And I suppose you could maybe get away with the end bricks because they're sort of yellowy. And you can see I've sort of put the barrels to like simulate little cupboards. Use the little the pressure plate on top trick, which I think has been in Minecraft for quite a while. I can't remember if I changed the fridge. I don't remember if it was snow originally, but it's now double iron, and I put the trapdoors on top. I don't think those were there originally, and I'm not 100% sure what this was like before, but I ended up putting campfires under, changed the furnaces to blast furnaces. I showed a picture of this to Casey, and he said, "Oh, why don't you change the what's the plural of furnaces? Furni, I think that's a thing. The Furni 2 blast furnaces, and that actually looks pretty cool. And I love the little thing with the smoke actually goes through solid objects from campfires. I'm so glad they made that a thing. This is pretty much the same, except this has been changed to smooth stone because I was just wanting to give it a different texture. And yeah, that's pretty much the same at the moment. So there isn't really... I believe that's everything I've done so far. Yes, it is. But there are... But you can see on the top of the mountain I've sort of melted all the snow. And possibly I might do out here next. So I might sort of finish up this bit because this lighting might have looked good ages ago, but it sort of looks a little bit ugly now. Although I guess with the new functionalities of the trapdoors, you can do certain things like basic trapdoors on, and that looks a million times better, even though it's just a simple tweak or a simple change. I don't like those floating there. I think those were actually there already, and I didn't like that at all. But I do sort of like how it's got this wooden divide area. I think I might keep that. But yes, I thought I'd done so much on this world that I thought I'm going to do an update because, well, I needed to. And perhaps next time still do some building off camera. Although, what am I doing? I just need to get my favourite block in my pause. There we go. So next time I might have done some more building off camera, but I'll actually try and do a bit of building off camera. But I don't know. I'm not sure people would like to see me doing building live time or come back every so often and do it like this. But if you have a feeling about that, put in the comments below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you. I think for the time being, I'll keep it like a mixture. So on the next episode, regardless of if I've built a bit more off camera, I will try and show some building on camera. But this is the Kind Kitten, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!